If you're hearing this story late at night, alone, with the lights off, you might want to turn something on. Because this isn't just a story about a place. It's about what happens when a place notices you. It started on a stretch of highway in Montana that most people never think about. No landmarks, no rest stops, just miles of road cutting through trees and fog. Daniel Brooks had been driving for 6 hours straight. He was tired, running low on gas, and more importantly, running out of signal. That didn't bother him at first. Daniel was a travel vlogger. Getting lost was kind of his thing. But then his GPS did something strange. Without warning, the screen refreshed, and a new destination appeared. A town he had never searched for, never heard of. Black Hollow. Daniel laughed and said out loud, "That's not funny." But the GPS didn't respond. It just calmly repeated the instruction. Turn right in 1 mile. That's when Daniel saw the sign. Old, rusted, barely standing. Welcome to Black Hollow. Population, 4,312. Daniel slowed the car. Because the thing that didn't make sense wasn't the name. It was the population. 4,312. Not approximately. Not faded. Perfectly painted. Like it had just been updated. Daniel checked his phone. No signal. He told himself it was probably a small town. Unlisted. Forgotten. So he turned. The fog got thicker immediately. The kind of fog that feels wrong. Too heavy. Too close. Streetlights appeared, then houses. Perfect houses, neat lawns, clean sidewalks, porch lights glowing warmly, and not a single person outside. Daniel parked the car and stepped out. The air was cold. Still. No wind. No insects. No sound at all. Walked down the street calling out, "Hello." Nothing. Every house looked lived in. Cars in driveways, lights on inside. But no movement. Daniel noticed something else. Every clock he could see through the windows said the same time, 09:07 p.m. Daniel stood frozen, staring at the brush in his own hands as the numbers glowed freshly painted on the sign. He couldn't move. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing like a drum in the still morning air. The fog around him seemed thicker now, curling around his legs, pressing against his skin like invisible fingers. He could hear faint whispers, carried on the wind, or maybe just in his mind, but each word was clear enough to freeze him in place. Stay, stay, stay. He looked down the empty highway. Nothing. No car. No patrol officer. Only the endless road, stretching into a horizon swallowed by mist. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but his legs refused to obey. It was as if the town itself had rooted him to the spot, an invisible tether pulling him back toward its streets. Daniel's breathing grew shallow. The memory of the black-eyed woman flashed in his mind, her calm, almost loving smile now twisted into something monstrous, unnatural. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a door in the distance creaked open. One of the houses, perfectly intact and clean as if untouched for decades, revealed a faint light spilling onto the street. Daniel could feel the pull of that light, like it was calling to him, promising safety or maybe just the illusion of it. His mind screamed against him, "Don't go. Don't look. Turn back." But curiosity, or perhaps desperation, pushed him forward. He took a single step, and then another. The fog thickened further, each step muffled, almost soundless. He checked his watch. 9:07. That's when the grocery store door opened. By itself. Daniel froze. Then, slowly, he walked inside. The store was stocked. Fresh produce. Cold drinks. A radio played softly behind the counter. A man's voice came through the static. "Daniel, you're late." Daniel spun around. "Who's there?" No answer. The radio clicked off. Daniel ran back outside. That's when he finally saw someone. A woman standing under a streetlight. She smiled when she saw him. Too quickly. "You shouldn't be here," she said. Daniel asked her where everyone was. She glanced at the houses. "At home," she replied. "Waiting." Daniel asked what she meant. She didn't answer. Instead, she said, "You need to leave before midnight." Daniel laughed nervously. "That's not creepy at all." Her smile faded. "This town resets every night," she said. "And anyone still here stays." Daniel stepped back. He noticed her eyes. They didn't reflect the light. He turned to leave and stopped because his car was already gone. In its place was the same car, but rusted, broken, abandoned, like it had been sitting there for years. Daniel ran. He found the library. Inside were newspapers, old ones. The headline stopped him cold. Black Hollow wiped out in gas leak. No survivors. 1996. Daniel's hands shook as he flipped pages. Every resident listed as deceased. Every last one. And then he saw a familiar face. His face. A missing person's photo. Dated today. At 11:59 p.m., the siren started. Doors opened across the town. People stepped outside. Hundreds of them. All staring. All smiling. They spoke together. Stay. The woman appeared beside him. Her face was no longer human. You crossed the line, she said. Now you belong here. Daniel screamed as the clock struck midnight. Everything went black. The next morning, a highway patrol officer drove that road. There was no town. No sign. Just fog lifting from empty land. But on the shoulder of the road, a camera was still recording. On the Fuda,